There is a lie midlife women have been told for so long that many of them do not even realize they believe it anymore. And the lie is this, that it is normal to be exhausted, that it is normal to wake up tired, that it is normal to feel foggy, flat, heavy, irritable, and disconnected from yourself once you hit a certain age. That it is normal to drag yourself through the day depending on caffeine, lose your patience faster, sleep but not feeling restored, and call this just life. No. Common? Yes. Normal? No. And that lie is costing women far more than energy. It is costing them the self-trust. So I want to talk to you today about something that I believe is harming midlife women in a very quiet, very acceptable, and a very dangerous way. And that is the normalization of fatigue. Because when women tell me they are exhausted, I am not just hearing, I need more sleep. I am also hearing, I don't feel like myself. I can't think clearly. I am more reactive than I used to be. I am functioning, but not well. But I'm afraid this is becoming my new normal. And what is heartbreaking is how often women are saying these things that they are reporting the news. Flat, casual, minimize. Almost like they have already accepted the terms of their own decline. They will say something like this, well, I'm in midlife. I have kids. I'm under stress. I own a business. I am just busy. I'm just hormonal. I'm just getting older. But here is what I need women to understand, and everyone that is listening or watching this episode. Just because millions of people or millions of women are exhausted does not mean the female body was designed to live in chronic depletion. Let me say this again. Just because something is common does not mean it is normal. That distinction alone could wake a lot of women up. Because what society has done is take symptoms of depletion and we bring them as womanhood. We have normalized waking up tired, brain fog, poor recovery, constant overwhelm, low patience, afternoon crashes, low libido, reliance on coffee or stimulants, sleep that doesn't even restore, and feeling older than your actual age. And instead of asking, why is this happening? Women are taught to say, how do I cope better? This is a massive, crucial problem because coping is not the same as healing. And here is where it gets even deeper. Midlife women are often the most high functioning while being the most depleted. That is why this gets missed. These women are still doing all of things. They are still getting up in the morning. They are still going to work. They are still leading a business. They are still taking care of family, parents, spouse, household, teams, patients, clients, everyone. From the outside, they look fine. But inside, their body is paying the price for years of under-recovering, overriding signals, and living in a stress rhythm that was never meant to be permanent. But because they're still functioning, nobody panics, not even them. Until one day, they notice. One day, they notice that they can't recover the way they used to. They cannot think as sharply as they used to. Their body feels heavy. The patience is thinner. The motivation is lower. The sparks is gone. The tolerance is down. The nervous system feels fried. And the confidence starts slipping because they know something is wrong. But no one has really explained it in a way that makes sense. And that is where the real damage begins. Because once a woman starts feeling symptoms they cannot explain, they start blaming themselves. They will say something like this, maybe I'm lazy. Maybe I'm not disciplined enough. Maybe I need to work out harder. Maybe I need a stricter diet. Maybe I need more supplements. Maybe I need to try harder. But here is the truth. Most women have not been told. You cannot out-discipline a depleted body. You cannot outperform poor recovery forever. You cannot out-caffeine a body asking for deeper support. You cannot keep overriding signals and expect your body not to escalate them. This is one of the biggest blind spots midlife women have. They think the answer is more discipline, more effort, more self-control, more pushing, more doing, and sometimes the answer is the exact opposite. As a matter of fact, the answer is the exact opposite. Sometimes the body is not asking for more pressure. The body is asking for a different strategy. And this is where society has also failed women, because the world rewards women for disconnecting from themselves. It rewards the woman who pushes through, the woman who never stops, the woman who carries everyone, the woman who says, I'm fine while running on fumes, while running on empty, the woman who keeps producing even when her body is breaking down. That woman gets praised. But nobody talks about the cost of staying this way, the cost of pushing through. The cost shows up as chronic fatigue, poor resilience, stress intolerance, emotional vitality, worse sleep, lower clarity, lower self-trust, lower capacity for joy and happiness, lower capacity for intimacy, lower capacity for leadership. So now we have a woman who still looks strong from the outside, but privately feels like she is slowly disappearing from her own life. And that is not small. That is not cosmetic. This is quality of life issue. This is a wake-up call. Now let's talk about the quick fixes women try, because again, this matters. And maybe you've been there. I know I've been there. When a woman starts feeling exhausted, they usually do one of the following. They will increase coffee. They buy more supplements. They tell themselves to sleep more. They try to eat cleaner. They even sign up for another workout challenge. They do a detox. They try to balance hormones through random social media advice. They keep searching for one more answer. And I understand why. Because when you feel bad long enough, you become vulnerable to anything that promises relief. Can you relate to that? But the reason so many quick fixes fail is because they are often chosen without enough clarity. A woman is tired, so she throws solutions at the tired. But not all fatigue is the same. This is what most women are not considering. Not all fatigue is just stress. Not all fatigue is just hormones. Not all fatigue is just burnout. Not all fatigue is just aging. And not all fatigue needs the same steps. This is one of the most important things I want women to understand. Because when you mislabel the problem, you usually choose the wrong solution. If a woman says, I'm burnt out, but what is actually happening is deeper pattern of depletion, poor replenishment, poor recovery, chronic nervous system, and years of self-override, then her solution cannot be take a weekend off and drink more water. If a woman says, I think I just need to push harder, but her body's already telling her it cannot compensate the way it used to, then more pressure becomes part of the problem. This is also why so many women tell me they are doing all the right things and still feel awful. Because effort is not always the missing piece. Sometimes the missing piece is interpretation, meaning, what is this body actually saying? What pattern is actually happening now, right here? What has been normalized that should not be normalized? What has been missed because everyone has been speaking in vague labels? This is why I am so firm about women not dismissing fatigue, not because every tired woman has the same issue, but because every tired woman deserves a more thoughtful look than welcome to midlife. And I want to share something else that I don't think women hear enough. When fatigue goes unaddressed long enough, it changes more than fatigue. It changes identity. A woman starts to wonder, why am I less patient? Why am I less sharp? Why am I less motivated? Why do I feel so unlike myself? Why everything is taking more effort from me? Why can't I recover? Why do I feel emotional, tenor, emotional drained so easily, so quickly? That is not just physical. That affects your confidence, leadership, parenting, relationship, intimacy, purpose, business. That affects everything. So if you are a midlife woman listening to this, and you have been telling yourself that your exhaustion is just part of life, I want this episode to be a line in the sand for you. I want you to stop calling chronic depletion fatigue. I want you to stop admiring your own survival mode. I want you to stop measuring wellness by whether or not you can still function, because functioning is not the same as thriving. And if your body has been whispering for a long time, do not wait until it starts screaming, because that's the next step. That is exactly why I created the energy restoration assessment at Wellness Corner and J in our clinic here, either online or in person. Because before a woman needs another quick fix, another random supplement, or another generic wellness suggestion, she needs someone to take the pattern seriously. And if this episode felt familiar, that may be because your body has been trying to get your attention for a long time. Let this be the moment you stop normalizing. Now, if you're exhausted, foggy, running on caffeine, or feel like your body's not bouncing back like it used to, start with the energy restoration assessment. Not because every woman needs the same answer, but because every woman deserves to stop guessing. Book through the link in the show notes below. Let's look at the pattern that has been affecting you, creating this chronic fatigue and the brain fog. I can't wait to perform your energy restoration assessment with you. See you in the next lesson.